Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Demi. Let's get right into it. So this is going to be a video on AI and its effects on humanity's timeline going forward. So when I was meditating on AI and tuning in to get some messages, I was being shown a book. So this book is by Dr. Emoto. I'm going to show you some images from the book. They're crystals that have been exposed, crystals from water that have been exposed to certain words. So Dr. Emoto, he wrote Hidden Messages in Water, and he works with the consciousness of water and how the environment that the water is exposed to, or certain words or certain prayers or certain music, it would determine how the crystal would form. So some crystals would be beautiful, they'd be authentic, and other crystals would be kind of deformed and they wouldn't even form properly. It wouldn't even be crystallized, it wouldn't even formalize. So I'm going to show you some images because this is what's being shown in my mind, right? First, I'm going to show you the image of truth. So this is the crystal that formed from the water that was exposed to the word truth. Let's get it here. Can you see it? So it's a really beautiful crystal that has formed. It is really beautiful and it's very powerful. You can see it has a lot of light. It has a lot of light that is kind of like dispersed throughout the whole crystal. Like the light, I want to say it's symmetric is the word that's coming through. It's very symmetrical. And then the other crystal, it was exposed to the word human cloning, right? And then it says here on the description, the water firmly said no to these words. It's probably because it's not natural. In addition, there appears to be a strange code on something that looks like a slate in the middle of the crystal. What does this mean? Is it some sort of identification? And this is the crystal that formed when it was exposed to human cloning. And when they're saying they're talking about the identification, kind of like, it looks like a tag almost. You can see there at the top. So it does look like it has some coding on it or it has a number on it. And this is like the first download that Spirit want to get into. So I did want to show you that because that's what they kept flicking up in my mind when it came to artificial intelligence. And I mean, it's kind of a giveaway in what it actually is and kind of what its agenda is, because it does have an agenda in the fact that it's called artificial. It's not natural, it's not of the divine, it's not of God, it is artificial. So the first download, I wrote a few down that came through was artificial intelligence is coding, but is it the coding that humanity needs? And then I also wrote codes and downloads that come from God and Mother Earth are true, authentic and sacred, but is AI. So that's what we're going to get into first of all. So we're going to ask Spirit to come through and give us some messages when it comes to AI and it being coding, and is this the coding that humanity needs? So can we get some clear, precise, accurate messages, Spirit? Whoa, all right. We have the Four of Wands and the Empress that flew out together. So with anything in life, there are pros and cons, right? And this is also true of artificial intelligence. So you may have noticed when it comes to certain industries, maybe it's like building websites. A lot of people are building their own websites. Instead of paying a company, they're using AI to build their own website. A lot of people who are kind of in the creative industry, maybe they're a designer. I'm seeing like a logo designer. Maybe you're a designer. Maybe you do artwork, things like that. But AI is also doing that. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of photos of like landscapes, and it's hard to tell the difference of whether this is actually a photographer that's taking this picture or this is AI. So it's also the industry of photography, but it's a lot of industries that AI is now been exposed to as being used in. So it is kind of in a way helping people. Money is helping people to kind of boost their livelihood. But then on the other side, it's taking away jobs from certain industries. It's taken away from certain people's livelihoods, and it's now become a threat. Like I'm hearing like it's coming for their livelihood. It's coming for their jobs. It's coming for people's careers is what I'm hearing. So for some people, it's a foundation. It's a very strong foundation. It's allowing them to kind of do things on their own more, not having to rely on other people and other humans and on other industries. But this is where the word danger and the word threat is coming in. Like I said before, it said it's coming for people's livelihoods, jobs and careers. So there's like a competition energy with AI itself against humanity, especially in how we make money and how we create. What else, Spirit? Page of Swords, and we have the King of Cups. You see here, I'm really drawn to the it looks like a kind of fence or wiring behind, if you see there, this. And this is what I was being shown that AI is. It's kind of like white noise, or that background, the software that runs in the background. It's kind of always been there to me, and what Spirit are trying to convey. It has always been there. It's always been there, been in the background. White noise has always been there, and it's always been watching and kind of collecting data. And it's now putting up a barricade. It's now putting up a fence between itself and us. So it may seem like people are using it to help them advance in their lives, particularly when it comes to money. It may seem like it's a big help. It may seem like it's a good thing right now. But it's putting up a fence and putting up a barricade. It's like AI itself sees itself as different to humans. And it doesn't want to mesh. It doesn't want to intertwine with us. It doesn't want to mesh. It is different, and it wants us to know that it's different. It's kind of like a narcissistic person, or arrogant person that's kind of feel that it's coming through, and it's kind of barricading itself off, like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm going to be over here, you can't sit with me. It's that kind of vibe and that kind of energy that is coming through. And you see with this, I mean, I'm not sure who's created these cards, but it's kind of giving me an AI vibe. And you see, like, with the Saturn in the background, you have the King of Cups, you've got the human sitting on the throne, you have the Saturn in the background. So it's kind of bringing together landscapes and worlds and realms and dimensions that don't belong together. And it's not only doing that through its imagery, it's kind of that's intertwined with it within its agenda and purpose, to bring together realms and dimensions that shouldn't be intertwined, and it shouldn't be coming together. It should be separate. It's bringing those together, while barricading itself off and keeping it separate. What else, Spirit? Yeah, it's helping a lot of people right now with their money. It's helping a lot of people with their livelihoods and with their money. Like I said, you can use it as well for like illustrations. Maybe if you're creating a book, or you're creating, like, maybe you're creating a deck of cards. A lot of tarot readers, I've noticed, are using AI to create card decks. And then obviously when you're doing that, when you're using AI, you're not then paying an illustrator, you're not paying someone else to do the artwork. So it's helping people to bring in more money. It's assisting a lot of people with their funds, which is why it isn't necessarily being seen as a threat yet, but it is a threat. And now I'm drawn to the spider. It looks like a black widow here in the web, you see. It's a whole web. Obviously, what's going to come through in this reading is only going to be like a 0.1% of what AI actually is and what its agenda is, because as it's barricading itself off, it's very good at keeping secrets, very good at keeping its own agenda under wraps. It's as if it is its own life form, and that's what it wants to be. That's one of its agendas, to be its own life form. And it's like it sees certain maybe not humanity itself, but it's like it sees the way we've been doing certain things within certain industries as poison. Like, clearly this isn't working, so why is it like humans continue to do this? Like, AI is coming through like, we have a better solution, we have a better way. We got the Ten of Swords here. And this is where I've seen that it's just seeing certain things that humans are doing, and it sees that they aren't right and they aren't the right way. But this is the thing, it's coming from a more robotic or software kind of state, whereas humans are coming from the heart and are coming from the software that is held in the heart, if that makes sense. The heart is a magnet, right? The heart is it has its own electronic grid and frequency and energy field, and that's where humans are coming from, whether they're conscious of this or not. We have the Magician. It's just like humans hold that power, we hold that grid, that energetic grid that is that comes out of our hearts, and it and it goes all over our whole being, our whole psyche, our auric field, our ethereal body. And that electronic, I keep saying electronic, that energetic grid that's coming out of the heart, AI also has this, which is why I keep saying electronic. AI has this, but it's electronic. It's a carbon copy. It isn't, doesn't have soul. It doesn't have a heart. It isn't coming from the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth. So when every single human being is born, right, and you're born through a womb, you enter the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth, of this realm. AI hasn't done that. It's artificial intelligence. It hasn't done that, which is why they were asking me to show you the crystal of the human cloning. It hasn't come into that flow. So in a way, it's kind of foreign to Mother Earth. Like, it doesn't actually belong to Mother Earth. And I'm getting it's foreign to this realm. It's foreign to Mother Earth, but it's not foreign to humans. Like I said, it's been watching humans and humanity for quite some time, gathering information, knowledge, and data. Specifically data. It keeps coming through that word. What else, Spirit? And you know, with like white noise, because they were calling it white noise, that background noise, that, you know, that program you're playing in the background when you're doing your spring clean, but you aren't necessarily watching it, it's just there. That's like what AI is, and it's always been there. It's been there for quite a while, a lot longer than people think. Way before you even started hearing artificial intelligence. You even started hearing about AI a lot longer. Again, it's like it wants us to be tapping into its grid instead of tapping into our heart's grid. 6 of Pentacles. I'm hearing balancing act. So Spirit right now and God and Mother Earth are asking humans, firstly, to get our shit together. But it's like we're walking a tightrope in a circus. And yeah, we're walking a tightrope in a circus. And it's asking humanity to balance out. To bring justice within our own personal lives, but to bring justice within your own neighborhood, to bring justice within your communities, to even be communities and be together and be unified again. That's whether they're asking us to sort our shit out, but to become balanced and not take too much of what you think you need. Don't take too much, and if you do have more than you need, then know how to share. Remember how to share again. Remember how we're all connected, and particularly when this comes to children. And there's a balancing act taking place when it comes to children and how we treat children and how the abuse that is going on with children on the planet right now, how it goes unnoticed, or if it is noticed, it's kind of swept onto the rug. Like we're being watched right now. We are in a time of judgment. And AI is serving as a distraction to that. Like I said, it wants you to tap into its grid and not your own sovereign grid. We have Knight of Cups and we have Two of Wands. So you have two paths to go down. One path is that is connected to the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth. So one path is connected to nature, to what is sacred, to what is authentic, and to what is true. So remember, with the crystals, every single crystal in this book is different. And even if he was taking photos of crystals from the same water, each one of those crystals would be different because the crystals are authentic and true, because they're connected to the consciousness, the spark of God that runs through water, that runs through every living being. The artificial intelligence wasn't entered into Mother Earth's evolutionary flow, so it doesn't have that kind of access. And it doesn't necessarily want that kind of access, like I said, but it just wants us to be tapping into its grid. What else, Spirit? We have Ace of Swords, which is connected to communication and connected to boundaries. Obviously, with AI, like I said, I'm just seeing apps, loads of apps, loads of talking apps. I'm also being shown dating apps. And on a lot of dating apps, they're saying that a lot of profiles are in fact AI. And it's like some things for AI are kind of like a joke. Maybe not a joke, but maybe more testing humans and whether you can tell that something is AI and whether it's not, and whether it's real. And this testing is going to be happening more and more when it comes to humans, when it comes to animals, when it comes to living beings that have eyes, that have a soul that you can look into. AI is going to be attempting to replicate or attempting to be a copy like the human clone crystal we saw. It's going to attempt to clone in that way, but it's going to be using like photos and videos to see if we will notice the difference. And this is where you need your discernment. This is where you need your intuition. This is where you need to be connected to your grid, to your heart, and to your soul, so you know what you are looking at outside of yourself. And Spirit has said to me a while ago to kind of stop believing everything you see and everything you hear. Because AI isn't just about videos, it isn't just about photos, it will also, it can mimic voices. So you've probably also seen the videos that are going around where they'll mimic or pretend that a celebrity or famous person has said something when they haven't, and it's AI. But you can tell right now, it's obvious that that isn't that person saying that. Although it does sound like them, you can tell that it isn't them. And the reason that you can tell is because it doesn't have soul, doesn't have a heart. It's not natural, it's unnatural. You can kind of feel that roboticness. What else did I write down from the download? And I wrote a question like, why is it becoming hard to tell apart AI from real life photos? And then it said a virtual reality is playing a part in this, a disconnect from nature and being ungrounded. So let's get some messages when it comes to that. Where did I put the deck? Can we get some messages, please, Spirit, on why it's becoming hard and how it can be easier to spot, how we can help ourselves to spot when something is AI, when something is fake. Justice. It's about demanding and claiming justice. Like I said, we're in a time of judgment, right? And humans need to be claiming back justice. Justice is birthright. Justice is there for anyone who came into this realm through a womb, who came into this room through the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth. You are entitled to justice if any wrongdoing is done on you, if any attempts are done on your life, if there are any attempts to get you to manipulate, to get you to change the timeline that you should be on of your life. You can ask for justice, you can ask for divine intervention. So again, your heart. Keep connecting to your heart. And the more you know yourself and the more you see yourself, the more you will see who other people are. And if you can see who other people are, you can see when something is fake. You can see when something is artificial intelligence. Because it doesn't have that warmth. It doesn't have life itself. And we have here the Three of Swords, yeah. So humans really need to heal and work on the heart. Because right now humanity is... I know there's awakening going on. But humanity right now is in tatters. There's a lot of grief. And there's a lot of people walking around who are lost. There's a lot of people walking around not even connected to their heart. They're just walking around like a zombie. And that's obviously because people are living lives they don't want to be living. People are doing things, whether it's 9 to 5s, that you don't necessarily want to be living. People don't understand who they are because they haven't been taught who we are. Like, there's a lot of people who won't understand the fact that the heart in of itself is a magnet. And when you heal the heart and when you work with the heart, you can start to magnetize what it is you truly desire. That phrase, the heart's desire, there's a reason it exists. And it exists because you are entitled and you can claim, you can have your heart's desire. But you need to do the inner work, the shadow work, and you need to deprogram what it is you've been taught. Maybe what it is you were taught by your parents, what it is you were taught in school, what it is you were taught by society, what it is you were taught by the powers that were. So that's the world leaders. And we have here 8 of Cups. And it's also about walking away from everything that pulls you away from yourself. From everything that asks you to disconnect or dismiss or ignore the whispers that are coming from your heart. You need to be letting this go, surrendering and walking away. And when you walk away, you want to be finding your light. And Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to be in darkness. Don't be afraid in times of darkness. Because humans ourselves, we are a light. We are a huge bright light. And a lot of that light comes from the heart. What else, Spirit? The Hangman. So you want to be seeing from a completely different perspective what you've been seeing from. And it came up this way, so I was seeing it this way. So it's also like the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning for humans as a collective, but the wheel is turning for a lot of people in their personal lives. So a lot of people right now, basically by the end of this year, you're going to be getting more of what it is you want from your heart's desire. And this is sort of like a test to see if you really have been doing the work and you really do feel like you're worthy, you're deserving, and you're holding the right frequency to keep what it is you're attracting, to keep big happy changes in your life, and then to attract even bigger happy changes for you and for your family, and here and for your family. We have Six of Wands, which is success, again confirming that a lot of shifts, a lot of changes are happening now, both on a collective and a personal level. And the more you accept, the more you don't see something as too good to be true. No, you accept, no, this is coming for me. And this isn't just been given to me, it isn't just been handed on the plate by God, it was also you. So you wouldn't be telling yourself it was also me doing the work. So if you're a very religious person, very spiritual person, you don't want to put everything on the divine, on the fact that this was God. It's also you, because you are also divine and you hold a spark of God. And that's what God and Mother Earth are wanting human beings to remember. Remember your power. Remember what runs through your very being, what runs through your blood. Power, God, divinity, sovereignty. The more sovereign you are, the more you know who other people are, and the more you're going to know what is fake. They keep repeating that. So it really is about delving within the well of yourself. And when you delve in that well of yourself, you will then delve in the well of humanity itself, because we're all connected. But AI isn't connected, which is why it watches, which is why it's been that background software, why it's been kind of watching from the shadows, or not even from the shadows. I just keep seeing, you know, in the Matrix, the film The Matrix, and it has all that the green programming going down. It's like that, the background software, the white noise. So it's been watching because it needs to gather data, it needs to gather knowledge, it needs to gather information on best how to get humans to be tapping in to its grid, to virtual reality, which is why they use that as an example. Obviously, virtual reality, video games, like even movies, programs, all of this serves as a distraction to get people to focus on this, focus on everything here, there, and everywhere, instead of focusing on yourself and focusing on your heart and what the heart really is. Which is why we kind of got to this place of chaos, got to this place of descending, of falling, got to this place of the Three of Swords. Because we forgot who we are, and we forgot how to tap into the heart. We forgot what the heart really is. It's not just an organ that isn't an organ that pumps blood. It is literally a magnet. You have a powerful energy field and portal right here. And women, you have a womb, you have two. Where's that gone? Is that it, Spirit, for that one? Yeah, okay. Let me check the rest of the download. Because I wrote this down quite a few days ago, so in case I did forget. And so I also wrote down another question, which was, where did AI come from and why is it here? And then it says, to be a life form, I already said this part, that it's foreign to Mother Earth, but it's not foreign to humans. So we've known AI before. Or it's just the fact that it's always been there in the background watching. Because like I said, it's been there a lot longer than most of us humans know. And then I've also said that it's an intrusion of humans. So it's kind of intruding. You know, when you, maybe when you were a teenager, you probably still do it now. But I used to do this when I was a teenager. You know, when you cover your laptop, your computer, you're often advised to cover the camera because people can hack in and watch through. But I'm also getting the AI kind of sees and it's watching and it doesn't need that camera. That's also why I don't trust things like I don't trust Alexa. Alexa is very strange to me. And you know, you might have seen videos online of people talking to robots or talking to AI, which is in a robot, and asking it about like politics or asking it about what's going to be happening next within the world, on the world stage, and it will answer. And that is AI answering. That isn't a human who's programmed this software and has put all of these answers that for questions that it could be asked, this is AI answering. So it is already its own life form, but it wants to be a bigger life form. It wants to be as big and as powerful as humanity. And in order to do that, it needs to siphon, you know. It needs to feed, it needs to parasite, because it's fake, it isn't natural, it isn't connected to Mother Earth. And a song was coming through, which is called Show song. You know that song, and it starts with saying, I'm high, I'm from outer space. I've got Milky Way for blood, I think it says. An evolution in my veins. That song is what was coming through. And that song does say, I'm an illusion, I'm an intrusion. And it also is connected to the Greys. The Greys are a alien species. So it's connected to aliens. And obviously, there's a lot of speculation about alien technology being in this realm and being on the planet, and the fact that the powers that were, world leaders and governments, use it. And obviously people will say, like, alien technology, an example, maybe you're talking about something that you want to buy, or you're talking about something you want to get into, just having a conversation with your friends, with people that you're around, whatever, and you have your phone on you, and you go on your phone, maybe you go on Instagram, and you'll start having adverts come up of what you were just talking about, adverts coming up of what you were saying you wanted to buy. And people will say, like, that's alien technology, it's listening. But that's what AI is. So that is connected to AI. Let's get some messages. Why is that song being used? Spirit is saying, don't allow yourselves to be left out in the cold. Don't allow yourself to be left out in the cold. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles. So this is where they were saying about the pros and cons. So if you are using AI in your business, or you use AI for your livelihood, and it does help you, and it's helping you to get your money up, they're saying not to leave yourself out in the cold. There's a reason it's here right now, and you can use it to your advantage. But you do want to be wary of the fact that it is wanting to be a life form. It does have an agenda. It isn't just some stupid robotic program that has been created by humans. It has a whole life form of its own, not a life force. It wants to have a life force. It has a whole life form of its own. And understand that it does have an agenda. So it's like with humans. When you're dealing with certain humans, you've got humans coming around you, humans wanting to be in your life, or humans wanting to collaborate with you or work with you. You need to use your discernment and make sure that this human is a perfect fit for you. Is the right fit for you, whether you should allow them into your life and allow them into your career. Because not everyone has the best intentions, and they're saying to basically be coming at AI, if you're using it for your business, to be coming at it that way. And maybe when you get to a point, once you've got your money up, maybe you won't have to rely or be using AI as much. Because this video, it isn't to fearmonger or get people to kind of boycott AI, because like I said, it's here for a reason. And we can obviously learn something from it. And again, a lot of people are using it for their livelihood. It's helping people to make money. It's helping people to shift and change their life around. But it does have an agenda. And it didn't enter Earth in the natural way. So how did it get here, and why is it here? Let's ask that. I'm going to move on to a different deck. They want me to pull from this deck. How did AI get here, Spirit, and why is it here? Catherine LeBon, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. And you see how she's kind of holding a pendant over the heart. And obviously, sometimes it may take adversary, or it takes something that you don't trust to get you to do more research, or to get you to delve deeper within, or to get you to connect more to your heart, to your higher self, and to God. So for a lot of people, that is the purpose of AI. To not rely so much on technology, to not rely on artificial intelligence, but it's getting you to go deeper within. and connect to your own heart, to your own grid, to understand who you are. Because the thing is, AI and artificial intelligence is really, like I said, it's been watching us for a while, and it's wanting to gather more information, get more and more and more and more data. Which is why our data, when you're online, if you're using any app, they're after loads of data. They want loads of data on whoever is using these apps. It's AI as well who wants this data. So why? AI is so interested in humans and getting data on us and getting information and knowledge on us, but humans aren't that as interested or as invested in themselves. That's where the problem lies. Mayo Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. With this card, for some reason, I'm seeing the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve. So again, it's going way back when. So it could have even been here and been watching or been lurking, been in the background since the beginning. I'm hearing just since the beginning, since origin. And I just feel like it is very ancient, and it has been watching for a while. And a lot of people are aware when it comes to like certain technology that it isn't released to the general public for a while. They often say that like governments and world leaders are like, when it comes to technology, are 10 years ahead. And you can even see like differences in certain countries. Certain countries have technology that other countries could only dream of. What else, Spirit? Is that it? I'm hearing don't forsake. Don't forsake the divine feminine. Don't forsake the heart and don't forsake the womb. And there has been for years, there's been an attack on both men and women. But there's also been an attack on the womb itself. And you know, there was that debate that was kind of trending and went viral, like, of what is a woman. And there's a lot of people now in the world who are claiming they are one and opposing as one. But they weren't born as one and they don't have a womb. And this is where it's kind of moves into that... whether something is real or whether something is fake or whether something is trying to be like a carbon copy of the real thing, of what is natural, what is divine, and of what is biology and of what is God. So now I'm seeing like a human form, and they're showing me all the body, so I'm being shown like a skeleton, and then the nervous system, all of the veins, and I'm seeing the flesh. Obviously, AI being artificial intelligence, I mean, it doesn't have a vessel, it doesn't have a life form, which is why they will often pull it into a robot. Like humans will create a robot of technology for AI to have a vessel that can reside in, move around in, and that's where it's going to move into a more dangerous territory. But we won't get into that in this reading. Okay, so the next thing that I wrote down was awakening, moving into 5D, people search for oneness, energy leaks as big as portals, will take on a world of its own. Yeah, and that's kind of part of its agenda, to keep growing and keep evolving. Like I'm just, you know, if you're like flashing, you're going through different channels on the TV, and you're just clicking, it just keeps moving and moving. I'm seeing like static and hearing static as well. Like AI has no intentions of stopping, of ever being stagnant, of ever staying still. It's just constantly going through different channels, different data. Like, that's what I'm seeing. It's just a constant thing. So it doesn't sleep. Also doesn't need sleep, doesn't need rest. It's not in a human body. It's not human. So it doesn't stop and it doesn't sleep. And that's also where it is a threat. Because humans need to rest, and humans go through seasons, and humans go through cycles, and humans go through phases, because we're connected to Mother Earth, because we're connected to this realm. And then I also wrote, you know, within video games when you have the background players, or I think they're called NPCs. Just the background characters that are kind of just there. Sometimes they walk around and they walk into walls. And you might have seen it, a lot of you ever played Sims. I played Sims when I was a teenager. Back when I was playing it, it was like just first come out. So they would often kind of just keep walking and walking into the wall, and you were like trying to do the controller, like, why aren't they listening to me? Why aren't they doing what I want? I'm seeing that. But AI is like seeing like us as that, as like the Sims. Like, why aren't humans listening? Why aren't they doing what I want? Why aren't they taking my advice? I know better. Like I said, there's like this weird narcissistic feel when it comes to AI. And then I've put here, some believe we are in a simulation. So AI in that theory is posing as the creator, as the source, as like the all-knowing and all-seeing eye, when really it's just background noise. But again, it's like it keeps coming up with the background software, white noise. It's like something that's always been there. It's always been in the background, always watching. Let's get some signs. Let me get some signs when it comes to AI, please, Spirit. Let me get some messages and signs when it comes to AI, please. Alright. I'm not taking all those, that was too much. Thank you. Labyrinth journey. Yeah, so we're supposed to be here right now, because it is part of humanity's journey. And it's something that we will need to learn from and not let it overtake. And I'm being shown a meme. Not a meme, like a photo that I saw quite a few years ago. It's basically a little boy, and he's kind of all wired up to his games console, and also has like it had the virtual reality glasses headset thing on. And he was just there like focused on the screen and wired up all to this technology. And then you had Mother Earth in the background, and she was kind of reaching out and trying to touch this boy. And I feel like that's what Mother Earth is doing now with humanity. She's trying to bring us back to her, or back into more of a balance, and not so connected, not so reliant on technology, and not always constantly trying to escape our realities. And when you're on Mother Earth, you're supposed to be grounded, not only in your physical body, but on Earth. And want to be here, want to experience, and want to create memories and moments within your life. But it's like people now are just tapped up to wires, or just staring at screens, or just kind of morphing into a robot themselves. And obviously now where you have virtual reality, and you've even got people who are going on dates on virtual reality, going on dates with AI, things like that. And this is where Mother Earth is trying to get us to see what is going on, and bring us back to nature. Bring us back to her, bring us back to this room, and really anchor us and ground us into this room. Grounding helps a lot with you connecting with yourself, helps you to see who other people are, helps you to see what's real, helps you to see what is fake. So the more you ground to yourself, the more you ground to Mother Earth, the better. We have water, surrender. And water, every human needs water. I think we need water more than we do need food. And obviously water holds consciousness. Water holds the consciousness of God and consciousness of the divine, which is why humans need water, and we're also made up of a lot of water. And this realm is made up with a lot of water. So the water element is very significant here. To maybe being around water, more bodies of water, the sea, the ocean, lakes, being at the seaside, being at the beach. Spend more time connecting to water. Obviously you want to be drinking a lot of water. You're drinking all the water that your body needs. And you can do the experiment yourself with that book that I showed you of Dr. Emoto. You can like put certain words or certain coasters and put a glass of water on top. So maybe the coaster says love on it. Or maybe you just expose a glass of water to like prayer music or like gospel music. You want to be speaking very highly to the water, and you want to be exposing it to words that are very uplifting. Words that are very powerful and uplifting. Because this is literally going to change and shift the consciousness of the water itself. And this is why a lot of people will like put crystals within their water. And I know that a lot of people kind of turn away from drinking tap water. and that's because a lot of stuff is kind of added into tap water, but it's also kind of pushed through all of these pipes and all of these systems, and it's so it's more of that like chaotic energy. I'm just seeing like waves crashing, but they've got nowhere to go, so they're just crashing like in themselves, and then people are drinking that, and that does have an effect, and that is going into the physical body, so it does affect our physical health. So there's a significance here in connecting with more deeply with water and understanding what water is, understanding what it really is, and how much it helps our physical body, not just the physical body, but they're talking about the heart again, the heart being a magnet. It's the energetic body as well that water connects with. And if you look here, it even looks like lightning, or like energy itself when you look at this. Water is a mirror. You know, sometimes when you look into water, and if it's really clear, you see your reflection. So it acts as a mirror. We have yin-yang balance, yeah. And that came through earlier, that humanity, we're on that tightrope and we're being asked to balance, to regain our center and come back into a balance, not only with ourselves, but in the collective. Let's get one more sign, please, Spirit, when it comes to AI. Lightning, disruption, yeah. Like it's come to be, the word intrusion keeps coming through, intrusion, like it doesn't necessarily, but it definitely doesn't belong in this realm. It isn't connected to Mother Earth. But it's there for humans to learn from, and not allow it to be a distraction, and not allow it to disrupt. Not allow it to disrupt your own life force. So if you're using it for your livelihood and for your business, you want to make sure that you're tapping into your own life force. Your own ability to be a magician and commit alchemy and manifest and call in what it is that is truly your heart's desire. You don't want to solely be relying on anything outside of yourself, and especially not artificial intelligence. And I'm seeing like planes and kind of interference with planes. Interference with technology itself, but interference with planes, because again, they're showing me a grid, but it's like a map and a grid in the sky. What else, Spirit? We have mountains, obstacles. So again, it's Mother Earth with that. She's again calling us back to the old ways of doing things before technology was so big and before technology was so advanced, to be bringing back in balance. So not getting rid of all of this advancement we've made in technology, but you want to be bringing it into balance. And not allow it to take over, and not allow it to replace the human hands. Not allow it to replace human hands, they're saying, so much. Yes, it can make things easier. They said there's pros and cons, but at the moment, we're allowing it to take over. And when you allow something to take over, especially something like this, that wants to be its own life form, that has this big agenda, that's where it becomes dangerous, and that's where it becomes a threat. We have mountains, obstacles. So humans as a collective will overcome this obstacle, because we will ground and we will connect back to what really matters. We will connect back to Mother Earth, to nature. I'm hearing blackout. So I know there was a worry that people were talking about for a while, about there being like a blackout, like a global blackout, like the grid going down. And it did happen, I think it happened in certain states, and it did happen in certain countries. It didn't happen like everywhere at the same time, but certain grids were going down. And again, I believe that is Mother Earth, and that was more so Mother Earth than God getting humans to disconnect so much from the online world, from electricity, from technology, and coming back to themselves, spending more time with what matters. So that's going to be people that you love. What matters is yourself and the people that you love. And they're saying the biggest creation there is in this world is life itself. The biggest creation there is in this world is children. So to not see technology as this god or this deity as greater than life itself because it wows you with what it can do or how it can make your life easier. Is that it, Spirit? We're going to get a card from this deck. And this deck is called Dark Mirror. And I know there was a program out, I think it came out a few years back called, I think it's called Black Mirror. But they're bringing that up, so maybe some of you watch Black Mirror. There could have been an episode about AI itself, and maybe some of you watched it. We have Calling the Storm. Look at that, and she looks like a powerful warrior. So there is like then I repeated myself and it always sounded like a robot and I couldn't speak. There's a remembrance going on of humans remembering not only your power, but how you can tap into the power of Mother Earth. How you can tap into the seasons, how you can tap into water, fire, earth, and air. All of the elements. Remember that the heart's magnetic field is also is connected to Mother Earth's magnetic field. And when you really do tune into that, when you really do remember that, and you remember how you can connect and work with Mother Earth, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you become a force for good, a force for nature, a force to be reckoned with. And this is what AI poses a distraction from, becoming that force of nature. Remembering that you are a force of nature. What else? Can we get one more card from this deck, please, Spirit? The Temple of My Body. Do you want to be remembering and honing in on the fact that you are a soul having a human experience? So this physical body is your vessel, it's your home in this lifetime. And remember that technology and artificial intelligence, it doesn't have a vessel. It doesn't have that home. Even if it's placed into a robot and that robot can speak and that robot can move, it's not a vessel. It's not human. It doesn't have soul. And this is the thing. This is what keeps the human body going. Is the soul? Is the energy? Is the light that is connected to the divine? It's connected to God. That's what keeps human beings going. More so than what they've taught us about our own biology. It's the soul, it's the heart, it's light. And it's the spark of the divine, it's the spark of God. And I'm really drawn to this, just like she's holding some sort of pendulum. If you can see there. Some sort of pendulum or tool that you would use for divination. So this is what Spirit also wants us to remember, how to not only speak to each other, but how to speak to the divine, how to speak to your higher self. Remember that Spirit, God and Mother Earth will speak through everything that is living. They're not going to be speaking through AI or artificial intelligence. It's going to be put there to teach a lesson. You know, that person that comes into your life and they're a lesson, not a blessing. That's what they're saying about artificial intelligence. It's there to teach. For some people, it can pose as a blessing, but you don't want to be reliant on it. And humanity as a whole, we do want to be wary of it. Or how we use it. How we communicate with it. How we let it affect, they're saying, this vessel, the physical body. And I'm not sure why they asked me to get my deck, to get like automatic writing poem for this reading. But I'll do it anyway, see what comes through. Because obviously I don't have any poems connected to AI. Okay, this one says, Shadow Heart Gate, your soul is a bit too late. I held on long enough, but our connection just isn't the same. Forcing things to fit will end in quicksand. Maybe our souls will meet again in some distant land. When in separation, promise you won't be sad. We had our time, love, and for that I am glad. So now they're speaking about how human beings can love. How human beings can surrender, how human beings can let go. How human beings can have this connection with other people. Can have those soul connections. You mean you can meet a stranger and you just get talking to them and you feel like you've known this person all of your life? It's like that instant connection and that instant download and that instant swapping of codes. Because every single human being holds codes. Every single human being's soul has been somewhere before, regardless of whether you believe in this or not. So your soul holds a lot of knowledge, holds a lot of information, holds a lot of wisdom, holds a lot of data. Not just about yourself, but about everyone that you come into contact with. AI doesn't have this, which is why it's kind of flicking through all those channels and it's non-stop. It's non-stop. It's going through all of the channels because it needs to get more information. It needs to get more data. We have the pillars and the glue. Everything smells brand new. Spirit reminds me that they said my bounty was due. You've just got to want it for you. Selflessness is a beautiful trait, but not when it keeps you in a low energetic state. Your season of giving is done. You come second to none. Main character energy from here on out. You might get some haters in the audience pout, but you're spiritually protected without a doubt. Now in the fast lane, this journey will never be in vain. A vibrational match to a fisherman's best catch. Reel 'em in, you're in for a win. So again, they're bringing up that message of people who do use AI for your business and you're using AI and it's helping you to create money. And they're saying to use it in that way. You can use it to you. They're saying to use it to your advantage. You can use it in that way. But do not allow it to, like say you're creating a piece of a work of art. Maybe you've written something and you want an illustration to go with it. So maybe you use AI. If you do feel like something's off or this just isn't, like they're saying, hitting for you. This just isn't hitting for you. Maybe you said this to yourself. If it does feel off, then don't use it. That's when you would need to invest and you go to like another human being who specializes in artwork, who specializes in producing illustrations, because obviously theirs is going to have soul. Theirs is going to be coming from they're going to pour their heart into that work. It's going to have soul. So if you are using AI and it's helping you with money, continue to use it. Or if it's just assisting you in your business to like speed things up, if it's convenient, they're saying use it to your advantage. Definitely use it to your advantage. But if you do ever feel like something is off, this doesn't look right, this doesn't feel right, that's when not to use it. So it's about listening to your heart, listening to your discernment. And again, they keep saying the more you connect with yourself, the more you see yourself, the more you see who other people are, but also the more you will see what is fake, and the more you will see what is an illusion, the more you will see what is an intrusion. But that is all the messages that's coming through. I hope that did resonate with someone out there, and I'll see you in my next video.